Imagine waking up to the sight of giant manta rays gliding past your bedroom window, walking through underwater tunnels, surrounded by glowing jellyfish, a world where humans have left the surface behind and built an entire civilization beneath the waves. But how would we breathe? What kind of cities would we build? And most importantly, would it even be possible to survive long-term beneath the ocean? Let's dive deep into this mind-blowing possibility. What if humans lived underwater? Before we imagine futuristic cities, let's tackle the biggest problem first. Humans aren't built for underwater life. We need oxygen, stable air pressure, and protection from immense water pressure. Right now, the deepest a human has ever free-dived is about 700 feet before their lungs get crushed by pressure, and the deepest anyone has lived underwater was 73 days in a tiny underwater habitat. But if we truly adapted, would we evolve to have gills? Would our lungs shrink to handle high pressure? Or would we rely entirely on technology to survive beneath the waves? To live underwater, we would need air-filled cities. One option, giant domes made of reinforced glass and steel, pumped with oxygen. Another, floating underwater skyscrapers, suspended like massive submarines in the depths. But there's one major problem: pressure. The deeper you go, the more crushing the force becomes. At just 1,000 feet down, the pressure is 30 times greater than at the surface. So how would we keep our cities from collapsing? By using cutting-edge materials, flexible domes, and advanced oxygen generators powered by ocean currents. One of the biggest challenges of underwater living: oxygen. We can't exactly grow forests down there. So how would we breathe? Scientists have already developed artificial gill technology, which extracts dissolved oxygen from water. And with algae-based oxygen farms, we could generate endless breathable air. But what happens if a system fails? Without fresh air, our underwater cities could turn deadly in minutes. Would we always need emergency escape pods ready to send us back to the surface? Or would we find a way to fully master underwater survival? With no roads and no airplanes, how would we travel between underwater cities? The answer: high-speed underwater trains. These pressurized tubes would connect underwater colonies, transporting people at incredible speeds. And for personal travel, we could use mini-submarines or even high-tech exosuits to glide through the ocean like deep-sea explorers. Imagine scuba diving to work instead of sitting in traffic. But what if we had to leave in an emergency? Would there be underwater escape rockets that shoot people back to the surface? Or would we develop pressurized floating cities that can rise and sink like submarines? Food is another massive challenge. Since there's no soil underwater, traditional farming wouldn't work. Instead, we'd have to create hydroponic farms, growing plants inside air-filled domes. And as for meat, we could farm fish, but would we eventually turn into a civilization of seafood eaters? Or could we develop lab-grown meat produced in pressurized environments? One thing is certain: our diet would be completely transformed. If humans ever fully moved underwater, it would be the greatest leap in civilization since space travel. We would become an oceanic species, living beneath the waves in ways we once thought impossible. But the real question is, would you want to live underwater, or would you prefer to stay on land and let the ocean remain a mystery? Let us know in the comments. And if you want more deep-sea mysteries, make sure to subscribe for more mind-blowing content.